7 races, 7 times in victory lane shadow, 0 trophies. If you told a NASCAR fan that one driver's been fast enough to win nearly every single week this season and still hasn't kissed the bricks once, you'd assume he's a backmarker, just scraping into the top 10. You'd be wrong. Dead wrong, because the driver we're talking about right now might be the best car in the field on any given Sunday, and it's turning into the most confusing storyline in the sport. Christopher Bell, Joe Gibbs Racing. 7 second place finishes this season, 0 wins. At Iowa, he led over 100 laps, won a stage, and still watched someone else celebrate by less than a quarter of a second. He's currently 6th in points. He's been out-front more than almost anyone in the field, and a NASCAR legend just called it exactly what it is. Not bad luck, but underperformance. Kyle Petty didn't hold back. 3 words on Inside the Race. That's Bell underperforming. Let's rewind. This isn't a one-off slump. This is a full season pattern. Bell has been beaten at the line by Ryan Blaney twice, by Daniel Suarez, by his own Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. Different tracks, different situations, same result. Somebody else's hand goes up in victory lane and Bell's doesn't. Iowa is the one that stings the most. He dominated, led over 100 laps, took stage 2, had the strongest car on the property. Then a late pit strategy call flipped the race, and he came up just over 0.2 of a second short. That's not a driver getting outclassed. That's a driver getting out-executed in the moments that decide championships. And in a sport where the postseason format rewards aggression in closers, that distinction is starting to define his season. Here's where it gets uncomfortable for the number race 20 team. Kyle Petty didn't just say Bell is losing races, he said Bell is losing them the same way over and over. His exact words, Bell duplicated a move he'd already tried before instead of adjusting when it didn't work the first time. In Petty's mind, that's the real problem. Not raw speed, but a refusal or an inability to change the approach when the previous attempt already failed. Think about what that means strategically. In modern NASCAR, especially in the closing laps, races are decided by adaptability. The fastest car doesn't win. The car that reads the moment correctly wins. Restarts, tire strategy, late cautions. They reward drivers who can pivot in real time. If Petty's read is accurate, Bell's issue isn't his right foot. It's his decision-making under pressure in the final 10 laps. That's a much scarier problem for Joe Gibbs Racing than a lack of speed, because speed can be chased with a setup change. A pattern of hesitation at the moment of truth is a mental and tactical issue, and those are far harder to coach out of a driver in season. Now, is this actually dangerous for Bell, or is it overblown? There's a real counter-argument here. 7 runner-up finishes with a car capable of winning every single week is not a symptom of a broken team, it's proof the number shouldn't. 20-car and crew chief Adam Stevens have built something that can compete for a championship on any given Sunday. Most teams would take that trade in a heartbeat. Consistency over inconsistency. But NASCAR's playoff format changes the math completely. A win is worth a 55-point postseason bonus. That bonus can be the difference between the top seed and the 8th seed heading into a 10-race gauntlet. Points racing gets you in the playoffs. Wins get you leverage once you're there. So the real risk isn't this week or next week. It's October. If Bell enters the postseason without a win, he's fighting from behind in a format that's specifically built to punish drivers who haven't proven they can close. The NASCAR world is split right down the middle on this one. One side is furious. To them, this is a driver with championship caliber speed who keeps finding new ways to hand away wins. And Kyle Petty just said out loud what a lot of fans have been thinking for weeks. The other side is defensive, and honestly, they've got a point too. Analyst Bozy Totteridge pushed back hard, arguing that 7 runner-up finishes isn't a red flag. It's a sign of a team that shows up ready to contend every single weekend, something most garages would kill for. That's the tension driving this story. Is Bell the most dangerous non-winner in the sport, or the most disrespected contender in it? Right now, nobody fully agrees. Best case, Bell and Adam Stevens finally solve the closing laps puzzle in the next few weeks. He breaks through with a signature win, carries that confidence into the playoffs, and suddenly this whole storyline flips from can't finish to peaking at the right time. Given how fast his car has been, one adjustment could turn this into the best redemption arc of the year. Worst case, the pattern repeats. Bell rolls into the postseason with speed but no wins, gets buried by teams that found victory lane earlier, and spends the playoffs playing defense in a format built for hunters, not chasers. If that happens, this season goes down as one of the most talented cars ever wasted on hesitation. So here's the real question. Is Christopher Bell the fastest winless driver NASCAR has seen in years? Or is Kyle Petty right, and this is a driver who simply doesn't know how to finish the job? Drop your take in the comments. Is this bad luck, bad strategy, or bad closing instincts? And if you want more no-filter breakdowns like this one before the rest of the internet catches up, make sure you're subscribed. We're just getting started.